Mr. Booker said, "You frequently talk with Stephen Miller about subjects other than Homeland Security Task Force issues." Correct. Mr. Patel said, "I frequently talk to Mr. Miller about Homeland Security Task Forces." Booker said, "Has Stephen Miller ever given you his opinions on how to run your agency?" Mr. Patel said, "Mr. Miller's interagency operations are invaluable to the FBI. That's what we talk about." Mr. Booker said, "So you frequently discuss your job and your responsibilities with Stephen Miller and Pam Bondi, I imagine, as well." Mr. Patel said, "Absolutely. She's the Attorney General." Mr. Booker said, "Understood." Okay. And asked, "Donald Trump promised to make us all safer. You have pushed out senior FBI agents with decades of knowledge and experience. In fact, this is the first time in FBI history that neither the director nor the deputy director has any experience with the FBI. You've shifted the AY's priorities primarily to pursuing Donald Trump's immigration enforcement agenda. According to ICE data, the KO Institute, which is a conservative think tank, found that 25% of all agents have been diverted from their work to assist ICE immigration enforcement. 20%. Part of this operation is the work of mass law enforcement, who jump out of cars and snatch people off streets at churches, schools, their jobs, and hospitals. Have there been any FBI agents who investigate crimes against children that have been assigned to immigration enforcement? Yes or no? Mr. Patel said, "The premise of what you say is entirely." Mr. Booker said, "Have there been any FBI agents to investigate foreign domestic terrorists?" Mr. Patel said, "You don't get to say that America is not safer under this leadership. America is safer because of the work of the FBI." Mr. Booker said, "You're making a presumption of 2,700 children." Mr. Patel said, "We have seized 6,000 weapons from felons," and Mr. Booker asked, "FBI agents who investigate human trafficking have been reassigned to immigration enforcement. You are not denying that FBI agents who are on the task force that fights against Russian oligarchs have not been reassigned. The Public Correction Squad reassigned people who defend us and reassigned children. You're not denying that. I've seen you time and time again attack my colleagues' premises of questions as a way to not answer the question. So let me end with this. I believe you have made our country weaker and less safe. I believe that we are more vulnerable to a major event, and I pray to God it doesn't happen. You've gutted the Bureau of Institutional Knowledge and Expertise. You fired or pushed out seasoned FBI officials, many with more than 20 years of experience, who were working on cases that were critical. You've been purging thousands of serious law enforcement officials who spent their careers keeping us safe, only to lower hiring standards in order to find anyone to replace them. And shockingly, you admitted in this hearing to Senator Coons that it would take 14 years to fill the vacancies at your agency. Many are the result of your purge. Percent of FBI agents are doing low-level immigration enforcement instead of their mission-critical work. You've disbanded entire task forces that stop intelligence intellection interference, foreign influence, and public corruption. And who benefits from this? Well, corrupt people benefit from it. Criminals benefit from it. Vladimir Putin benefits from it. And it really makes me wonder who you're looking out for. It makes me think we can't trust you as a nation. You swear to release the Epstein files, but now you're withholding the Epstein files. You claim that you have a suspect in a serious assassination. Whoops. Then you don't have a suspect. You know nothing about plans to remove FBI agents, yet you're directly involved in those plans. In the words of an ex-FBI official, you are overseeing, and I quote, generational destruction of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. Mr. Patel, in just 8 months, you have assaulted the institutional integrity of the FBI. But I know FBI field agents. I've worked with them in Newark. No matter how truly bad you are, you can't undermine the legacy of agents who fight every day to keep us safe. That you can tarnish the integrity of the agency and undermine the agency's capacity. I believe you're failing as a leader, and that your failure does have serious implications for the safety and security of Americans and our families. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to hand the Bureau. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing because, as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term that he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you'll be long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you. I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman asked, "Do you want to say anything?" Mr. Patel said, "Yes, sir." That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours. Mr. Booker said, My God. If you want to talk about dividing this country, I follow you on your social media posts that tear this country apart. Oh, you can try all you want in this country to not take responsibility for what you have said, sir. You're the democracy of this committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over. The people of New Jersey tell me what my time is. Mr. Patel said, You can't lecture me. Mr. Booker said, You may be charging, and I am not afraid of you. Mr. Grassley said, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Booker said to Patel, I'm not afraid of you. Mr. Grassley said, Mr. Chairman, point of order. Senator Booker, I announced at the beginning of this meeting that this back and forth talking over each other doesn't work, and I said if that happened, I asked Patel not to respond, and I was going to give him some time. After the senator's time was up to respond, and that's why he has the privilege to do that uninterrupted. Mr. Booker said, Mr. Chairman, 1 point. Mr. Grassley said, Go ahead. Mr. Booker said, I've watched him talk over us, and you've never once criticized him for us not even being able to get our questions out. Mr. Grassley said, Well, Mr. Booker said he has been rude and disrespectful to senator after senator. Mr. Grassley said, And when the senators were not giving him a chance to answer, I didn't stop the senator either. Go ahead, Senator. Mr. Patel said, Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the FBI, under my 7-month leadership, was failing this administration in this country, why do we have 23,000 violent felons arrested this year alone? A double increase from that time last year. Why is it that we have seized 6,000 weapons? Why have we found 1,500 child predators and arrested them? Why do we have 300 human traffickers in jail? Why have we found and identified 4,700 children? Why have we seen 1,600 kgs of fentanyl, enough to kill a third of the American public? A 25% increase alone from last year, 88,000 kilos of cocaine seized, and 700 kilograms of meth seized. And that's just on our criminal operations in summer heat. How is it possible that we're taking 8 kilos off the streets of the cities in New Jersey and preventing the deaths of 607,000 people this year alone? A failure of the FBI and my leadership. How is it that we have counterintelligence arrests already this year exceeding the numbers from the entirety of last year? 33% increase in the PRC, 83% in Russia, and 60% in the CI space as it relates to Iran. And we haven't even talked about CT, the southern border, or the northern border. Mr. Grassley said, Before Senator Cruz, I kind of feel like a broken record today. All this interest in FBI termination. Yet my colleagues showed no intent or interest in when I, a whistleblower, suffered retaliation over the past years, particularly the past 4 years. Indeed, one whistleblower has alleged that Brian Driscoll's insubordination, whether an agent is on a hot-button case or not, ought to be held accountable for misconduct and weaponization. To Senator Cruz,